All right, Shalom. All right, Shalom. When I say call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GM Master Rule Well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing this work with truth and sincerity. Back here again with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect men out there that are listening and watching these videos. Just a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Just going over some notes also again, and just thinking about how even started with me, and I'm pretty sure other brothers can attest, that you grew up in a so-called religious home. You go to church every Sunday, Bible studies, and you have the pastor anniversary at your home. You got to cook for him and the first lady and all that. You know, just in the church a lot, but that's like the Bible say, that's zeal, having that zeal, but not according to knowledge. And when you realize the Lord will turn on a switch in your mind, in your spirit, to where you're able to see the things through a spiritual lens, which is truth, and it'll wake you up out of darkness until it's marvelous light. And that marvelous here in this verse in 1 Peter 2:9 goes into beyond human comprehension. And also, when you wake up to this light, you will understand who is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So right here in 1 Peter 2:9, real quick, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that has been scattered throughout the four corners of this planet. We are the true biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of, you see. And we are a priesthood, a royal people. The Lord gave us the laws, statutes, and commandments to go by. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. The word holy goes into separate. What makes us separate from these other nations? Because the Lord, again, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. This make us separate, make us holy from these other nations. A peculiar people, that you should show forth the praise of him who have called you out of darkness. And that's what you're seeing happening before you, beginning with the apostles, the elders, and the bishops, and the men on down, is praising the one where it says that ye show forth the praise. We showing forth the praise by proclaiming Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, manifesting it, speaking the words, going on the highways, byways, doing these lessons, getting together, doing sit downs, constantly thinking about the scriptures, constantly repenting, feeling remorseful, having a contrite spirit, sick of all the wickedness and all the crap that's going on in the planet Earth. We showing forth the praise of Yahweh by Hashem Shai by calling upon his name boldly and in public, and by the way of doing these videos and brothers getting together. You know, the Bible said, forsake not the assembly, and getting together amongst brethren, you know, and do the lessons and just talk among brothers in spiritual conversations upon a spiritual setting. So we show forth the praise of him, who Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, who have called you out of darkness, right? And I mean, out of darkness into his marvelous light. Two things I want to do. Darkness is a state of confusion, not knowing who you are. But this word marvelous in the Greek,
Strong's G 2298, Thaumostas. Thaumostas.
Thaumostas, passing human comprehension. When you're in a confused state, meaning you in that darkness, you confused, just like how Jake, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have their zeal of the Bible, but not according to knowledge, they still in darkness. And what we speaking is not of this earth. It's of the spiritual realm, where Yahweh Shai set. So this type of doctrine that we teaching, this information, is way beyond a person's human comprehension, because it's of the spirit. It's not of this world. That's why the Bible says the God of this world has blinded the minds of the people, and the wisdom of this world is foolishness unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So this past one human comprehension of understanding what we're speaking, because you have to come in the spirit and able to understand and catch what Yahweh Shai is saying to you through the scriptures. And there was I think I seen something else as well. But right here, passing human comprehension. In other words, we couldn't get this understanding that we speaking just by having a human mindset. Our thought process, our mind had to be changed in order to understand and get what Yahweh Shai is putting down to us. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and an holy nation, a peculiar people. We are different from everyone else, that ye should show forth the praises of him. That's what we doing by these videos, going out on the highways and byways, winter, spring, summer, fall, whatever, right? Now, if it's just brick cold, like Elder Apostle Hart said, I forget 2 or 3 weeks ago when it was on the highways and byways, like, look, if it's brick cold outside, just stay in and do a lesson. Nonetheless, we're still doing the work. If it's hella cold outside, 30 degrees, like, you know what I mean? We still showing forth the praise of Yahweh by Shemam Shai. Whether we do lessons on the inside or the highways and byways, in which that's the main avenue right there to go out on the highways and byways. Show forth the praises of him who called you out of darkness. I want to look up this word, darkness, which I know it means when you walk around, okay, it's just like you in a building and it's dark, right? You confused on which way to go, you see? And the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the people of this world are in a dark state of mind. They don't know which way to go. They don't know who they are. They don't know who the true biblical Israelites are. They don't know who the enemy are. They don't know anything because they're walking around in a dark state, meaning a confused state. You see? Of darkened eyesight or blindness. You don't have the spiritual eyesight to see the spiritual eyesight of what the scriptures is saying, man. Ooh, of ignorance respecting divine things and human duties, and the company, ungodliness, and immorality together with their. I'm just looking at an obscurity, of ignorance respecting divine things, right? So it says, been called out of darkness, meaning been called out of a confused state and into his marvelous light, to where it makes you have a type of spirit about you that people can't understand you, because what we teaching is past human comprehension, which is past the wisdom of this world, and people don't understand and get that. So when you pull out of darkness to the marvelous light, it's kind of like you've been in darkness so long. When that light shine, because it's so bright, you put your hands up like, yo, I can't even, man, you start to open your eyes slowly. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And Spirit had me to pull that picture up, man. So we all holy people call out of darkness into his marvelous light. So right here in the book of 1 Thessalonians 5:4, we are not in darkness. 1 Thessalonians 5:4. But ye brethren. And that brethren is like, it conveys a deep personal sense of community. That's personal. That's not talking about everyone on the planet Earth. He said, it says brethren. But ye brethren are not in darkness or in a confused state. That day should overtake you as a thief. But you aren't in dark about these things. They're brothers and sisters. And you won't be surprised when the day of the Lord comes like a thief. So we not in darkness. And again, that brethren goes into something personal. We are the children of light. So we finally have the answers to who we are. We finally have the answers to know that we are in captivity still, and that we're behind enemy's lines, and that we know who the enemy is. We're not in darkness to that information. We have become children of light to see what's really going on. I used to say, when I get tunnel vision, you just focus. I forget the word other than tunnel vision, because instead of having tunnel vision, you want to have a broader vision to see things from your peripheral, everything around you. You know what I mean? So when you tap into that light, you become children of light, again, we finally see the whole playing field. We have the answers now as to why we went through what we went through, why we studied going through what we going through. Oh, so America was here. We thought America was the end all be all. No, this is the punishment for the Israelites. Now we have the answers because we've been awakened to the words of Yahweh by Shema Bashar, which shed the light upon our minds to where now we're able to see things for truth's sake. So we finally have the answers that we have. We in captivity, you know what I'm saying? So that's very important. We know we in captivity by our own enemies now because we have that light. So right here, right here in Isaiah 60, right? Isaiah 60 and 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. You see? Hold on 1 second. Damn. Okay. As Isaiah 60 and 2. For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Now that we've been awakened and we understand that we have that light to see, now we know the wicked. When you go to the book of Psalms chapter 83, how they all got together to come against the Israelites, to submerge the truth from us, to keep it from us, but they didn't depend upon the spirit of waking us up from Yahweh by Hashem HaBashai. So the gross darkness people is the wicked that casted darkness over the whole earth, man. Those that's in rulership, the top elite families that control your media, newspaper, the news outlets, your books in the library, so on and so forth. They've been navigating that. So the people on the earth are in gross darkness because they don't know anything. They think the Lord of the Bible, whom the world so ignorantly called JC, supposed to be a so-called white. No. So the philosophies of this world has blinded the minds of the people. You see? And that devil, the top families, have control of that information, and they put that out there, which a person that controls the information like that, they wicked and they deception. But when you have the light, we able to see how they move, man. So the wicked cast the darkness on the whole earth. So if they the wicked, then we've been taught that there's a devil in hell with a pitchfork or a trident with a tail. No. The wicked cast darkness over the whole earth. That lets you know it's a person. You see? It's not a person with a pitchfork, man. So we found out through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Bashai, through that light, through this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, that who you go to work for, who you pay your rent to, right? He's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You see? But you people are in complete darkness, so you don't understand and know that, because you still not, again, been privy to the light that has been shining upon the Lord's people, the elect of his people, to show you and tell you about these things, man. That's why he said he pulled you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So now we know that the wicked is the devil that the Bible speaks of, that cast a dark covering over the people, and the people don't even understand that. But we've been privileged to have this information because the Lord shared his light. We are the children of light. In the book of Baruch, it speaks about Jacob, turn thee now, O Jacob, and be illuminated through the words of Yahweh by Shema Bashai, the Holy Spirit, man. Psalms 18 and 28. Psalms 18 and 28. For thou wilt light my candle, the Lord my power will enlighten my darkness. So the Lord lit the candle in our mind and showed us the light. You see? So we thought that retiring here, generational wealth here, we thought this could be the anchor for our lives forever. But the Lord lit that candle. Yahweh by Hashem HaBashai lit that candle. Now we know that America is not going to be our home. Now we understand that this is not our rest. So when the Lord lit that candle and showed us the light, now we know that America ain't, again, the end all be all. When you read reading the scriptures, it tell you that there's a kingdom prepared for you. Watch. So now we know. So there's nothing hid, man. For thou wilt light my candle, the Lord my power will enlighten my darkness. Ooh, my understanding. You see? By giving us that spiritual eye salve and tapping into our spirit and allowing us to be renewed in the spirit of our minds, man. This is the book of Luke 8 and the book of Luke 8 and 17. What that says, parable of the lamp, parable of the lamp. This is Howard Shah speaking, Luke 8 and 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come broad in the NLT. For all that is secret will eventually be brought into the open. Wow. This wisdom and knowledge and understanding as to who are the true biblical Israelites, who are the true people of the Bible, man, and why they've been scattered. Who are they? Who is the enemy? What the enemy's plans are? You know, what the plans and purpose of Yahweh Hashem Abishai. That's the importance of that light. And that light is extended from the time of Noah, because he had the light too, to go out there and build that ark to where he believed on that report, and it delivered him and his family. Because he was taken out of darkness, out of that confused state back then, into the light, where that light guided him to safety, man, if you will. For all that is secret will eventually be brought into the open. And everything, the plans of the illuminated ones on the left-hand side, with their left-hand priesthood, casting spells upon people. We see these things because we are the children of light, you know. For all that is secret will eventually be brought into the open. And everything that is concealed will be brought to light and made known to all. That's why these videos going out, because it's being made to all, because nothing, the things that was in secrecy, how they lived, the left-hand side, is being made manifest now. So nothing is kept secret, man. So now we understand that who that wicked is, who the devil is that the Bible speaks of, he's being revealed right now. When you go to 2 Thessalonians, what's that? 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth by his holy apostles, the prophets, and the men on down, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. You see, the wicked is being revealed right now, man. So now the light has been shed, and that's what the people don't like, because they hated Yahweh Shai. If he had not come, the people would still do the wickedness that they was being accustomed to. Now Yahweh Shai is back again through the Spirit, so they hated him. They hate those who come with that same energy, who's come with the same light, and exposing the wickedness of this place. So now we know who the devil is, because nothing is kept in secret, all because through the Spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Hamashah, we've been pulled out of darkness, that confused state. Think of we so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans celebrate Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving, the 4th of July, Columbus Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day, Valentine's Day, not knowing anything. But when you've been exposed to that light and you see things for what it is, it's that aha moment, how this picture you see before you with the guy's hands, or the person's hand is up like this, like you're waking up from a deep sleep, and that light is so bright, you you got to get your bearings. You got to get your eyes fixated on it. You know what I mean? And that's us coming out of that dark mindset, and now we know who the devil is that the Bible speaks of at the end of the day. Hold on, let me see something. This is, I keep doing that. This is the book of Psalms. I'm gonna end it on this because, you know, the Israelites have a short attention span. You don't want to make it too long, and I don't really go that long. Let's see. Psalms 21 and 8. Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. Ooh, wow. Man, thine hand shall find out all thine enemies, man. This is crucial. So you have to know that you have enemies, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But you don't know that because you haven't been exposed to this light. That's why the Lord says, speaking to the ears of my people, the words of prophecy to tell you things are going to take place and telling you to repent and turn back to your true nationality, man, where you can be illuminated to see these things that we tell you what's going to befall the earth before it takes place. That's only a few prophecies left. There's only a handful of prophecies left, man. But see, then when things start to get very bleak and dire, then like the Bible say, then they shall know that a prophet been among them. When the Lord is extending his hand, his grace period unto you, by extending his mercy, by allowing this wisdom and knowledge and understanding to go forth and for you to get it, when he supped with you, once that mercy is off the table, then ain't nothing you can do. You can't say you didn't know anything. You see? You can't say you didn't know, you haven't heard, but that's not true. So that light is extending from the time of Noah, I say from the ancient times, all the way to now, man. And now we know who the devil is. He's being revealed for what the shit he's done, what he's continued to do. And now you can see the moves that he make now. It's obvious to the spiritual men. It's obvious to the spiritual men. But it's not obvious to those who still in that confused state, which is darkness. So Lord willing, I hope this is edifying. Until the next time, I shall say, Shalom.